Bitcoin touches as high as $90,000 per coin. Even Cardano is at prices we haven't seen since the last bear market, and are NFTs finally back? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. Things are getting absolutely wild. There's a ton of people feeling sidelined. I'm getting so many DMs. We're even seeing accounts return from the grave. So there's a lot of alpha to cover. I'm going to try to jam it all into one video. Today I want to talk about the markets, what altcoins I'm buying, which projects I'm looking forward to that haven't dropped yet, the Memecoin metas that are printing millionaires, and of course, NFTs are back, baby. So as usual, I'm not a financial advisor. Things are about to get crazy. They're about to get super speculative. So you got to use your head and do your own research. Don't watch this video in 2 weeks from now and just take it as gospel. So if you're cool with that, hit the subscribe button. Let's try to get my channel to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the cycle. And let's jump right into the video. So I'm sure I don't need to tell you the price of Bitcoin. Everybody was screaming it at the top of their lungs whenever it would go up $1,000. And in my opinion, we're just getting started. It doesn't mean we're not going to have some pretty harsh corrections over the remainder of the cycle. For all I know, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning before I upload this video and Bitcoin's going to have nuked a little bit from some bearish CPI numbers. But with the change of guard that is happening in the White House on January 20th, as well as Trump's administration already showing legislation that they're going to push through, like the one they want to do where they want to purchase 1 million Bitcoin from the US Treasury, I believe there's going to be a supply shock for Bitcoin. Because if we have the US government buying 550 Bitcoin per day, you have Michael Saylor with his $42 million fund, and that's not counting everybody else who's buying. So all the individuals, you have the institutions, the pension funds, you have literal nation states that are going to want to compete with Bitcoin and get in on this. So I think things can heat up insanely quickly, and that is considering we haven't started quantitative easing yet, so we haven't turned the money printers back on. The DXY is still moving up. The US dollar is getting stronger, and normally there's a reverse correlation between the price of Bitcoin and the US dollar. So this isn't normal here, and when it starts to go down, I think the price of Bitcoin can perform exceptionally well. Now, due to Bitcoin's insane price action, we are seeing a ton of other tokens do well. Altcoins, meme coins, we're even seeing Cardano put in a 70% week. And a bunch of people are getting scared because they didn't buy during the 2-year bear market. They didn't buy during the 8 months of chop that we just had. And people probably thought we were going to go back down to 44K Bitcoin. Now, if you were here for the previous cycles, you know how the game works. Money flows from Bitcoin to the majors, to the miners, to the micro caps. So I wouldn't be too worried. I think there's going to be a ton of plays, and I honestly don't believe we've seen anything yet in terms of how crazy things are going to get with our altcoin and meme coin bags, especially when we have Bitcoin dominance still sitting above 60%. So with that in mind, let's first talk about some tokens that I'm looking at, both on the secondary market and upcoming tokens. Then I want to talk about meme coins, and I want to finish off the video with some NFT talk. So even though gaming is lagging compared to the rest of the market, if you look here, this blue line is gaming, everything else is above it. This is why it's good to diversify. My 2 biggest holdings outside of the majors are gaming and meme coins. So this week, gaming is performing the worst, but meme coins are by far outperforming the rest of the market. Now, yes, you can wait for a narrative shift and for the data to show that money is flowing into a certain sector and then chase it and try to find the plays that haven't pumped yet. But for me personally, I'd rather just put my money into stuff I have conviction on, where I believe the price is going to go to a certain price. So first on my list for gaming picks is, of course, Super. I've mentioned this one, or all these coins I've pretty much mentioned in many videos. Yes, Super is already up 1,300% over the year, and we had some crazy dips you could have got into here, down to 42 cents when we had the war scares over the summer. Now, is it too high to get into at $1.41? Personally, I don't think so. I see this being a $10 token over the course of the cycle, which would give you a 7x return at current prices. Next on the list, a more conservative pick, we have avax. And to be honest, of the 3 major gaming infrastructure plays, we have Ronin, IMX, avax. I don't think any of those are bad picks. Again, they're conservative. You're going to get like a 3x maybe a 4x out of them. But for me, the main one is going to be AVAX. I think with the titles they have coming out, they're going to get so many headlines, they're going to get so much attention that the money is going to flow into AVAX and it's going to flow into the AVAX ecosystem. Now, in terms of games, which ones am I talking about? We of course have Off the Grid with the Guns token. I think that is going to be a major catalyst for all of gaming, but again, it's going to drive money into AVAX. We also have MapleStory, which is a known Web 2 title, and then we have multiple projects like Seedify, like Faraway, who are choosing to build their L1s on Avalanche, for which there's also going to be an opportunity for Faraway. However, we're going to cover that in a future video, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. But like I was saying, personally, I see AVAX going to all-time highs, at least going to $100 per token, which from here would be roughly a 3x. But I don't think breaking all-time highs are out of the question for this cycle. Of the individual gaming tokens, we have two that I'm very bullish on. I hold both of these. We have Prime and then we have Karrat. Both of those hit on the gaming narrative as well as the AI narrative. So for Prime, they have their upcoming Colony game where they just showed off last week how you're going to interact with your AI agent. And AI agents have been all the rage recently with Memecoins, but this is going to be a lot of people's first experience actually having a working relationship with their AI agent. So I definitely think this is going to make some noise. We also have the team committing to a longer vesting period for their Prime tokens, extending it over a 10-year period. And then we have some whales following suit. And with that, we can see that the amount of tokens that are staked is at 45% of the circulating supply, which is really great for the price action. This is one of the more frustrating tokens to hold, to be honest. It was lagging compared to the rest of the market, even compared to a lot of gaming projects, and it was recently close to $6. A lot of people, myself included, were upset, but it is great to see it back to almost $10. And I've mentioned multiple times, my bear case for this token is $50 and my bull case is going to be $100. Then the other token I mentioned was Karrat. They just announced their own Karrat chain. So yes, Huli is getting his own chain. Like I said, they have both the gaming and AI narratives. The team knows how to produce content. And these guys are one of my favorite teams. They understand the culture and it just seems like a great place to work. So very bullish on all of those tokens for existing gaming tokens. As for future ones, of course, you guys know I am very bullish and looking forward to the Champ token by Superchamps. And I do feel like their TGE is finally right around the corner. They are doing an activation with Bybit where you could win 1 million Champ tokens. And this is a project where I crushed farming in Season 1. I have over 280,000 tokens and I've been farming daily. Season 2, I am currently at 13 million points because they just announced that Season 2 is going to be getting 5% of the total token supply, which is just as big as Season 1. So you guys can farm this for free. You do not need an NFT to farm this. Yes, the NFTs give you a quite large advantage. You get a multiplier on your points. You also get a trait multiplier for your NFT, which they announced that a week ago or 2 weeks ago. But as you can see here, there's 10 million NFTs reserved for specifically the NFT holders, but then we have 40 million that is available for anybody to get by playing both of their games. And the games are super addictive. They are a ton of fun. So I'm going to put my referral link in the description down below. I'll also put a tutorial that shows you guys how to play and how to farm this. Now we also have Seedify doing their latest raise for an AI agent and token deployer. And what's crazy about this is the valuation. You're able to get in at a 1 million FDV with 100% unlocks on day one. And with the trend recently being in AI agents going to the absolute moon, the potential here is massive if you're able to get in. And not only get in the investment rounds, because you did have to do KYC in order to get this, but even on the secondary market, since it's going to be a much fairer launch, it's not going to have an overinflated valuation. There's not VCs that are trying to milk money out of you. And it's quite similar to what they did with S-World, which as you can see is up 227% since they launched launched just a few weeks ago, and it currently sits at a $155 million fully diluted market cap. So with this launch, they are trying to change the game from the low float, high FDV plays that we saw a lot of that are not performing well at all, to making it a much fairer and sustainable launch for people to get in and actually build a community. Now, if we compare Agents AI, the project that Seedify is launching, to another project that's already on the market, the closest one that I can think of is something like Virtual's protocol, which allows you to launch your own AI agents. This one recently went crazy. It's up 541% over the last month, currently sitting at 400 million FDV, which if you put in $87, which is the amount you're able to put into this sale, and it did a 400x return, that'd be almost 35 grand. Now, I'm not saying at all that that's going to happen and your 87 bucks is going to become 35 grand. Okay. Relax, because there are some pretty big differences between these two projects. Virtual's protocol is already established. They have a working product that you can create these agents with. And one of the reasons they went viral is because their Luna agent mooned in price. People were looking at it and it went to something like $240 million market cap. Now, unfortunately for the AI agents project, they don't have a demo of a working product just yet. So you don't get to visually see what the product does. You're going to have to imagine it. It's maybe more technical. You're going to have it explained. And it's really not as simple as just having like an AI waifu thrown in your face. But like I said, the FDV is very low and the potential for multiple X's is massive. Now, the third one I wanted to mention real quick is just going to be this tweet from Alex Becker. He mentions he's working on a new project. He says it is not a coin drop. It is not an NFT or a meme coin or whatever, but it is something that you can make money on, especially if you, I don't know, figure out the game. It seems like it's going to have to do with gambling or something. So I would definitely keep an eye out on this because Becker has a ton of attention from the existing market as well as from retail. And his two previous launches for Neo Tokyo seasons 1 and 2, those were Giga Cooks. So those are my gaming picks. Those are my future tokens that I'm looking out for. Like I said, the other sector I'm really big into is meme coins. And we're going to talk about the trenches in just a second. I'm talking about the more established meme coins, which I have loaded up on some new ones. I'm also buying more of my current holdings. I don't hold too many on ETH, which yes, I am still bullish on ETH meme coins. My thesis for ETH is that the traditional investors, the institutions, the pension funds, they can't just go and buy crypto. They have to find other ways to get exposure to the industry. And one of those ways, yes, is through the ETFs. Another way is through stocks like MicroStrategies, Coinbase, which we've seen perform incredibly well. But like I said, the ETFs, they have two choices right now, and those choices are Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I do believe at one point we're going to see a flood into Ethereum. This week and last week together, we saw a lot of positive price action for ETH. We finally had a multi-$100 million day of inflows. So we're almost at positive inflows overall for ETH. And once that does happen, once ETH does break all-time highs, especially, we're all waiting for that, I think a lot of the beta plays are going to catch a bid. The two big ones that I'm in on are Pepe. It's by far the top ETH meme coin. I think this thing is going to go to tens in billions in market cap. And then the second one is going to be MOG. Same thing. I think it's going to be a multi-billion-dollar market cap token. And those are definitely my two biggest ETH holdings. In terms of Solana, I did just add a position, and that's going to be fwog, which honestly was a long time coming. I first saw this at $2 million market cap and I did not buy in. I saw it go from 2 to 20 to 50, now to 400. I eventually top blasted at 400 and it ended up working out because it's currently at roughly 500. I do want to talk about the fwog NFTs, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. There's going to be an opportunity to make 50 grand if you get into these fwog NFTs. You'll see in just a second. Now turning to the meme coin trenches, which is still where a majority of the gen wealth opportunities are happening, as well as the gen poverty opportunities, as plenty of people are losing money in the trenches. And while I do believe there's going to be slowdown periods, and yes, when retail comes in, they're going to put money into utility tokens, but a lot of people are going to miss the boat on these altcoins. They're going to say, where can I play the casino? Where can I make $1 million and quit my job? And that is going to be meme coins. So the trenches will live on. So if we take a look at some of the biggest plays over the last few days, we of course had Peanut run from 100 mil market cap all the way to 600 million, and this was off of a Binance listing. So if you had the insider, you absolutely cooked. If you had conviction, you cooked, or if you were able to catch this candle. But that gave you a 6x return. We also had Act get a Binance listing as well. Super random. Like, I don't know. I saw a few people posting about Act before it happened, but I don't know. This is really random because it was a 20 million market cap token. And like Binance isn't even listing strong project. They're not listing some. Why don't they list fwog? It's at 500 mil. Why don't they list it? No, they list a $20 million market cap project and it runs to 600 million. So what's that? Like a 30x return. So congratulations to the intern who cooked here. We also had Pure AI, which was actually launched live on Crypto Banter yesterday morning. And as you can see, for once I bought the bottom and I sold the freaking top. But if I would have actually hit it because I saw this being deployed on the new token page, I would have got in at 10K market cap with 200 bucks. It would have gone as high as $200,000. Unfortunately, I missed that. You move on to the next one. And last but not least, we had Banana for Scale, which this has to do with Elon Musk and the rocket that they are going to be launching on November 18th. I bought this one around here at 3 million. I shared it in my server. I shared the thesis that even if it goes down, there's going to be a catalyst coming up on November 18th where maybe Elon's going to post, here's our rocket, Banana for Scale, and then this token, you know, goes wild. But I woke up and it was down 90%. It was down to even below 300K market cap. I should have bought more. That is the play. You really have to turn your brain off and do the opposite of what you want to do. I just held. I held through a 90% dip, and then a couple of people shilled it, and you could see now it ran all the way to 20 million. So I went from a potential 90% loss to being up multiple X's on my money. And I'm not saying this to flex or anything that I hit some of these. I'm showing you this to show you that there's multiple Gen Wealth opportunities literally every single day. So if I can help you understand the narrative, if I can help you catch the next one and literally change your life, that would be amazing. So I'm going to be dropping a ton more tutorials. I'm going to have a video next week on these narratives and how to find the plays that are actually going to go up. So make sure you're subscribed if you don't want to miss that. But that brings us to the final part of the video, NFTs. We are so back because the first big reveal that we had this week was by Opensea dropping their platform in December, or it wasn't by them, somebody else leaked it. I don't know if they were supposed to, but you can see they're going to have a brand new layout for both the collection pages as well as your wallet overview. They're also going to have a leaderboard and a point farming system, which a lot of people are speculating about a token airdrop. They're also going to have what seems like a retroactive reward system, this person mentions, and that's going to reward the old users, those of us who have been using OpenSea since 2021, as well as the new users, giving them an opportunity. So this is very bullish for the space. I think a liquidity injection, especially for NFT people who are down so bad, would be an amazing thing. Now, it is worth noting that even though this version of the platform does seem very focused on trading, it does appear there's going to be multiple view modes of the platform in case you're a collector or you just want to browse your forever PFP. Now, the next announcement we saw is actually out of McDonald's, who are going to be doing a partnership with Doodles. A bunch of people were speculating. I saw some people thinking it was going to be Pudgy Penguins, but it turns out it is Doodles. We don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm guessing something to do with their Happy Meals. Now, there was already a little bit of speculation where the Doodles ran from 1.3 up to roughly 1.7, but with this announcement, we saw them pump all the way to 2.75 ETH, and they're now down a little bit, but still above 2 ETH. I can't help but think if this was 2021, we would have seen these things at 4 or 5 ETH by now, but still great to see some price action in the world of NFTs. Now, in terms of opportunities in NFTs that I'm currently looking at, they're still mainly in gaming and memes, similar to my altcoin bags. We saw the first 2 real sales on the Pond collection, which is the PFP collection for the fwog meme coin that I mentioned before. And these sold for roughly 250 and 270 solana, which is between $55,000 and $57,000. And the opportunity that I mentioned is that they are raffling off the final 10. So you can go and purchase a raffle ticket, which if you lose your money. You have to spend 50 fwog, which at current prices is roughly 25 bucks, maybe 30 bucks. And then if you win the raffle, you win yourself a fwog PFP, which, like I said, has been selling for $57,000. $100,000. Now, fwog and the Pond definitely stand out because they are in a league of their own in terms of art. The Memecoin related NFTs continue to perform incredibly well. They've been performing well ever since Murad started bull posting a ton of projects. But as you can see here, the devs from Zerebro launched an NFT collection for 0.1 Solana, and they were trading all the way up to 1.5. So a quick 15x for minters. And I think it's very much worth continuing to look for these NFT projects related to meme coins. Now, as for gaming NFTs, we have the XPSR mint that is currently live for 3 more days. You are going to need whitelist if you want to mint this. So if you don't have it, I think tough luck. But there's a lot of people asking me about this collection, if they should mint it. So I thought I should share my opinions. I think people are still scared to mint NFTs, especially with a long mint window like this, because the whitelist market has not been performing that well. So I'll just share my thoughts, which if you watch my most recent videos, I have mentioned this project. Their game is awesome. I played it multiple times. It was actually trending #1 on Steam for free co-op games for Web 2 players, like Web 2 people playing it on Steam. They really love the game, and I'm personally excited for their next playtest. I'll definitely stream some of it. Now, the Gen 1 of their NFT sold out for 1 ETH. That's not exactly fair, because if you staked it for a year, which I think most people did, you got an immediate refund on your 1 ETH. So I just consider it as a free locked up NFT. But if we look at some sales, even though there's not that many, the most recent sale was of 3.69 ETH. So somebody's bullish on this. But the biggest no-brainer of all is if you have whitelist, once you get your NFT airdropped, there is a 14-day refund. So you literally have 0 risk. So for me personally, I'm minting this, and on top of it, you can also do 3 additional deposits that are going to get you 3 raffle tickets for the rest of the NFTs. If you win it, you get more NFTs. If you lose, you get a refund on the ones that didn't win. So again, I'm personally minting this. You do you though. And then the last thing that I want to mention, that I mentioned like 50 times now, is the other thing I'm focusing on is going to be the upcoming chains, because we just saw Ape Chain. They had a few mints that performed really well. So I am hunting on Abstract, I am hunting on Barachain, I am hunting on Monad for whitelist opportunities for upcoming NFTs that I think are going to perform well and get the head start on everyone else. Because when the chains go live and they actually have a solid mint, everybody's going to flood in and everybody's going to try to get whitelist for those collections. So if you do the groundwork now, it's going to pay off in the future. And I just put out this tweet saying, hey, I want to collab with abstract projects. If you're an abstract project, or if you know of a good one, let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll go collab with them, get some whitelists. I'm going to do the same thing for Barachain and Monad. But that is the end of this video. I will have another one for you on Friday. I'll have another one for you on Monday. I got some interviews coming with some big traders. I got some tutorials coming just to help. Like, I know there's a lot of people who see tutorials and they think I already know how to use this tool, but you have to consider there's a lot of newcomers who they're going to need help. They need the education. And if you want their liquidity in the market, we got to help them. So more interviews, more tutorials, and of course, more alpha. If you like that, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel reach a wider audience. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching New Crypto Gorilla. Peace.